In this tutorial, we're going to look at how we can generate random numbers in Java. Now, the little caveat here is there isn't actually any such thing as a purely random number in code. It's all an algorithm, it's all a pattern at the end of the day. If you looked at the numbers produced long enough, you'll see that they're not random. But they're random enough that we can use them with simple little programs. Just don't use this if you are, generating an encryption-based program for real. So the first thing we need to do is import the random class. So like the scanner class, when we get keyboard input from the user, scanner was a fancy data type. Think of random as a fancy data type. So this is my declaration. Because it's a fancy data type, it's a little bit different to just going, say, int number that we see in line 9. So random is the data type. Rand is what I'm calling my variable, or my object of this random class. I can call it whatever I want, so long as it's not a keyword that Java already knows about. And out of habit, I tend to use rand, short for random. And then just make sure you follow it up with equals new random. Now, you could have something inside the parentheses, say a number, but you don't have to. The number inside is a seed value, so that's basically the starting point from which the algorithm to generate these so-called random numbers begins from. It doesn't really matter if you've got something in there or not. It'll work for our purposes even if you leave it blank. Now, to generate the actual random number, you've got your random tool, and we're accessing the next int method of this random object. And into it, we're going to put in two numbers. Or in actual fact, I'm going to start with one number. If I start with 11, that's going to generate a random number between 0 and 10. But if I say I want it to be from 1 to 10. My first number is going to be 1, comma. My second number is going to be 11. Now you might be going, well, why 11? The key thing here, and this is all programming languages do this, the lower bound, the lowest value that could be generated by a random number generator is the first number. So 1 could be generated. The second value, however, is exclusive. The first value is inclusive, the second value is exclusive. Therefore, that has to be one more than the maximum number that could be generated. So here I have set it up that when this runs, an integer value between 1 and 10 inclusive could actually be generated.